Yep, so interesting to note, of course, that Mez has once again locked in the Frost. It seems to be his default specialization in any blind pick. The Unholy was the one where they tunneled down the Priest a little bit more, so we're expecting more damage over onto Majidin with those grip setups coming out of Mez. Opener once again onto Sea-Doo. Vendetta committed, that forces out the Trinket Astral Shift. Arcane powers are once again available though, so we'll have to see if Mez is able to counter that with the AMZ.
Yeah, Majidin, Temporal Shield, nicely done. Majidin doesn't have to use that Ice Block, a little bit different than what Sam I Am decided to do. Majidin trinketed out, avoiding some of that initial damage, and that forced, Trill to use his Fist of Fear a little bit earlier, losing out on some of that damage. Now Sea-Doo in a lot of trouble into the kitty shot, no trinket available, but this is not the Vendetta, this is Majidin's Arcane Power. This is what Super Frogs likes to do. They like to split up the Arcane Power and the Vendetta. Very intelligent decision. Sea-Doo getting lower and lower. The Garrote Silence comes out. Spirit Link, nicely timed by Sea-Doo before that Garrote.
Yep, some Lava Burst coming out there during the interrupt. Had to use the Spirit Link and just being tunneled down, to be honest. There isn't that much help left for him. Majidin is running circles around these melees, able to kite away. Sea-Doo on the flip side is a Restoration Shaman, caught up in a full blind on 30% health. The Riptide will heal him up a little bit with that, of course, Ascendance active, but if they can follow up with the Sap, beautiful incap coming out from Mez, actually going to deny that one. It was so close, but still, no cooldowns left on Sea-Doo. The next kidney shot could be the game.
Yeah, that blind was very nice to deny that Ascendance, but Trill coming back, that incapacitating allow him to top himself off. You see Sea-Doo charging in, wanting to play on top of Cubsy. Cubsy's mana already down to around 40%. Majidin, no trinkets left, so if they can land this full stun, here it is, the leg sweep over onto Majidin. Nice grip coming in from Cubsy. We've seen this from him throughout the entire tournament. That's going to be saving Majidin during the Serenity from Trill. Trill connects with that strike of the Windlord bursting down huge, but Cubsy not in any more crowd control. He should be fine. Now Sea-Doo's the one that's in trouble. Astral Shift is up, but he's gotten to the full kidney shot. Here comes the Arcane Missiles, the Arcane Barrage. Sea-Doo needs to be able to keep himself up just a little bit longer. He leaps away. More Arcane Missiles, down to 1% HP, and it gets taken down by the Vendetta. Nice peels coming in from Mez and Trill, but that rot damage coming in from the Assassination Rogue, too much to handle.
This is why Super Frogs has not dropped a match yet. They look completely different in a matchup that we've already seen today. We've already seen these comps all over the NA region.
Yeah, I mean, in the last game we saw the Frost Death Knight, but we saw Majidin and Cubsy playing so well around those grip setups. Majidin able to use breaks to kite away, Cubsy even able to preemptively fear a few of them. So that strategy didn't work. Method Orange are never out of options though. They bring in the Unholy Death Knight, and we're expecting the grip into Cubsy, meaning that they will tunnel down Cubsy. You can see both the melee DPS already pushing in. Double Fair comes out, good peels already, but they're getting a fair few cooldowns. Here comes the stuns. This is the offenses.
Yeah, this pre-barrier is very important for Cubsy. He still has the Archangel, the Rapture, the Power Shield, everything. Sea-Doo has committed everything though. He's already down to 40% HP, no trinket available. Cubsy getting lower and lower though. Can't keep himself alive. The Purge is coming in. He has every single defensive cooldown up, but Sea-Doo is just trading out those Purges for those Power Shields, and Cubsy in a nightmare situation. Finally out of line of sight of Sea-Doo. May be able to get some heals up with the Blood Elf Silence connects. Sea-Doo using that Spirit Link totem to stabilize, asphyxiate onto Cubsy, and he has run out of time. How can he survive this? Trying to kite away. Once again, you can see Trill even using the Zwen talent for that additional burst. Fist of Fury connects, Power Shield gets purged, Sea-Doo on top of him. Cubsy, nothing he can do.
Poor guy, poor guy. I mean, they committed everything, and then there was still the touch of death, there was still the purges. This is just quality Method Orange all-in strategy.
This is what I do really respect out of Method Orange as well.
Because if Method Orange can start picking up games with the Frost Death Knight by taking down Majidin, then that's basically going to reverse. It's going to be the pivotal moment in this series, because of course that is Super Frog's answer. And for some reason, which I guess we'll see later in the series if they do keep losing this matchup, they're scared to lock in the Unholy Death Knight blind, probably because of some counter composition coming out of Super Frogs there. So for now, we're looking at the same opener. Sea-Doo opened on Double Fair onto the DPS. They both break out of that one. Sea-Doo holds onto his trinket this time though, since the Vendetta wasn't committed.
Yeah, Sea-Doo, not a bad opener for him whatsoever. Both Mez and Trill have trinketed, but it looks like they're going all in onto Cubsy once again. Archangel, Rapture, as well as that Pain Suppression, all used. Now Mez and Trill going to be turning their attention over onto Majidin. I like this. I like it a lot. If they can get those double setups onto Cubsy as well as Majidin, they can actually burst down Cubsy, but Sea-Doo could be in some trouble now as the Arcane Missiles do connect. Ascendant's going to be used. Incapacitate over onto Wealthy Man. Nice Dispel coming in from Trill as well, freeing up those poisons off of Sea-Doo. Sea-Doo trying to fake cast those interrupts. Unfortunately, he gets kicked. This is a dangerous situation for him to be in, but he does have that Spirit Link and that trinket to fall back on. You know, Cubsy gets gripped in there. He's been doing an excellent job fearing those grip setups. Now Mez, you can see feared all the way down the ramp. Sea-Doo really in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like everything was going kind of well for Method Orange for a little while there. They held on to Seedu's trinket, but now on this Vendetta, because he got interrupted, they've had to use everything. He tries to juke Wealthy Man down, but he's still so desperately low. Doesn't have any interrupts to deal with, but look at the cooldowns. That was the anti-magic zone. All 3 trinkets are down. No Astral Shift, no Spirit Link. The next setup with that Arcane power could easily be the game. Now, Mage actually gets that purged off, so well played by Seedu, able to deny that. Now we're looking for offense coming out of Method Orange. You can see Trill connecting over onto Mage, but he kites away the Arcane Torrent, though it will be a little bit late. Astral Shift, not quite enough with the Temporal, should be able to survive.
Yeah, Trill using his Serenity there. Really didn't get too much except the Life Grip. Mageddon still could be in some trouble. Cubsy spamming out the Power Word Shields with that Archangel, empowering all of his heals. Another Double Fear coming in. As you can see, Seedu not under too much pressure right now. Wealthy Man really can't find the damage. Vendetta coming up shortly. He will have a Vendetta that Seedu does not have a trinket for. Now the Kidney Shot comes in. Mageddon able to connect some damage. Seedu getting lower and lower. The Arcane Missiles connect. They need to interrupt those Arcane Missiles. Wealthy Man gets gripped away into a snare. Seedu trying to get out of line of sight. If Mageddon can blink CS him, this is disastrous for Seedu. Doesn't really have too much. The Garrote comes in as well. He doesn't have a trinket. If he gets stunned up here, this is a nightmare situation for Method Orange. Mageddon has that Arcane power. Wealthy Man has that Vendetta, and Seedu's in a whole bunch of trouble.
Yeah, we do have the Astral Shift coming up shortly. Seedu will be mashing that button right now. The Earthen Shield Totem not enough. He has to kite away. Gets kicked on the cast. Will he use the Astral Shift? He uses it very, very low. It will not be enough, and Super Frog's leapfrog ahead of this series.
You know, Chuck kind of found himself in a position where that Astral Shift just came up a hair too late. You can see he couldn't click it when it's already, you're already with that little.
Where Frost is so much better than Unholy. That's what I'm curious about.
I actually totally do agree, but the gates are open. Let's see if that Unholy Death Knight can pay dividends yet again.
This is an incredibly important game in the series. If they lose this map, if Method Orange loses this, they will just be too far behind. They won't have the options to experiment with things such as what Zico was alluding to, so they have to win this one. And we can see an all-in kind of opener coming out of Super Frogs, trading out the anti-magic zone as Mez to keep Seedu alive so that he can get aggressive onto Cubsy.
Yep, pre-powered Barry once again. Cubsy has already trinketed. He's getting lower and lower. Seedu is on top of him. This is not a good position for Cubsy to be in. He needs to be able to get away from Seedu. They need CC on Seedu. Archangel Rapture once again. Seedu just spamming out the purges. Cubsy gets interrupted. His pain suppression has been used as well, so Cubsy has nothing left defensively.
Yeah, he doesn't, but Seedu does. Seedu dropping low, should be able to leap into his team and trade out the Spirit Link here so that he can keep purging. That is the game plan. You can see the necrotic strikes on Cubsy as he does fall. The series tied 2-2. Method Orange always seeming to win with this Unholy Death Knight. Will they lock it in blind next game?
I have the same question that Zico has. I mean, when we actually do see this come out, and I'm going to lean on you here, looking to win the grand final. Let's get this one started.
Yeah, I am expecting Method Orange to charge in. We need Wealthy Man to get a sap. He needs to get the cheap shots and the saps, giving his team a little bit more time to get some damage out initially. Wealthy Man gets the cheap shot onto Mez, but the ride to win there for Trill. It's going to make it easy for Mez, unless he's in a polymorph to reconnect to that target. Mez actually trinkets out of the polymorph, connects that AMZ onto Seedu, and you can see Wealthy Man and Mageddon putting all their offensive cooldowns onto Seedu. They are just trying to race Mez and Trill.
Yeah, this is what we wanted to see. They commit everything to Seedu, but they do not force the PvP trinket, unfortunately. Do get Astral Shift and the anti-magic zone, though, so we're looking to see Seedu with the trinket link available. But Cubsy, this is one of the advantages that you do have as the Restoration Shaman. You can kind of leapfrog away from the enemy team using that gust of wind. We can see the preemptive Spirit Link coming out of Seedu there. Actually a beautiful play holding onto his PvP trinket.
Yeah, Cubsy able to kite away. That was a beautiful defensive blind coming in from Wealthy Man, but Cubsy taking a lot of burst right now. Really not too much left in the tank. Seedu, though, falling even further behind. Cheap shot. He has his trinket. He gets the Spirit Link totem down, but it's not... I think it was actually Cubsy's Spirit Link. Okay, so both Spirit Links went down. I think they actually killed Seedu's Spirit Link immediately. I'd be interested to see what happens in that replay. But yeah, Super Frogs going really aggressive. And the pivotal moment in that match was when Wealthy Man was able to get that full blind onto Mez. Mez could not connect him Cubsy for such a long time because he trinketed that initial polymorph.
That replay needs to be played in super slow.
Right?
It is do or die for Method right now. They need to get this win with Mez on Frost. Super Frogs looking to close this out and be your new NA champions.
Yep, they're one game away. As long as they don't croak, they should be able to tie out this series. If we see Wealthy Man opening up once again onto Seedu, same strategy as per normal. Not committing the Vendetta just yet. Oh, there's the Vendetta. Urban Shield Totem preemptively there by Seedu, and the Astral Shift, though, should hold on to the Trinket and the Anti-Magic Zone.
Yeah, that's a decent amount of defensives though, but it's a fair trade for that Vendetta. Once again, Mageddon saves that arcane power. He's building up damage on Mez and Trill. Kind of a split strategy coming in. Mageddon actually blinking that Death Grip, so very well done by Mageddon, saving Cubsy from that double stun with him, and now Cubsy's in a position where he can just spam out those heals. And this first go by Method, unfortunately, does not get the ice block from Mageddon, so not the best spot to be in. And you can see Sea-Doo still just being trained down by Wealthy Man. Sea-Doo at some point is going to have to come back and throw some heals onto Mez and Trill. Most likely, this positioning is very good for Super Frogs.
Yeah, not only did they not get the ice block, they also didn't get any trinkets from Mageddon either, so he's still going to have breaks for those stuns, be able to kite away during the offensive setups coming out of Method Orange. And this is, like you say, Van, looking so good for the Super Frogs. We can see Wealthy Man on the other side of the map just soloing Sea-Doo. He can't get any healing out. Mageddon sitting perfectly healthy, and Wealthy Man is doing a fantastic job. You can see a nice little cheeky root coming out of Sea-Doo, but now he has to deal with the interrupts from Cubsy and Mageddon. It's just so hard for him to get heals out.
Got some arcane missiles connecting, but this is the Earthen Shield Totem from Sea-Doo, so he's going to be a little bit more tanky. Incapacitate over on the Mageddon. That means they do not have it for Cubsy. Sea-Doo could be in some trouble here. Leg sweep over on the Mageddon, and he decides to trinket out of that. So uses the trinket before the touch of death, before the Serenity coming in from Trill. But Sea-Doo in a lot of trouble. He needs to be able to keep himself alive. Link jumps over, gets the Spirit Link Totem off. That is his last line of defense besides his trinket. I guess Astral Shift is coming up quite shortly as well, so still has a little bit left, but he's just rotting down to all this damage coming in from Wealthy Man.
Yeah, Sea-Doo just has to be faking the entire game because, like you see, the Arcane Mage is able to blink and counterspell his cast. He doesn't have the Spirit Link. He gets interrupted once again. This poor Restoration Shaman being tunneled down. There's no interrupts really to deal with aside from Cubsy, so you should be able to free cast out a few heals here as the counter pressure comes in. Mez and Trill come online, force the ice block.
Yep. Method Orange has a very good win opportunity here. Touch of Death still available. Pillar of Frost available for Mez. Mageddon in a lot of trouble right now. The stun goes out. Cubsy gets incapacitated. Spirit Link Totem, I believe, was dropped there by Cubsy, so Super Frost really doesn't have anything left. Sea-Doo has nothing left as well. Mageddon needs to be able to survive. He gets interrupted. Frost Nova comes in. Cubsy spamming out the heals. The Death Grip comes in with that Blood Elf Silence. Kidney shot on the Sea-Doo. He does a great job with that Earthen Shield Totem as well as the AMZ coming in. Now Mageddon caught into the full stun on his Arcane Power. A lot of bursts coming in from Mez and Trill. They get stunned up there by Wealthy Man. Wealthy Man trying to keep his team alive. Does a good job. That's the only reason Mageddon is still in this game. Sea-Doo still rotting down to this damage.
They have to kill Mageddon here. Vendetta is available in 10 seconds, but Mageddon is so low. He does fall. We are going to Game 7. Method Orange with the counter pick with the victory.
And they do it with Frost. That was the question, whether or not they could, but my goodness, was that a close game to get all the way to the Game 7. And this Game 7,
Importantly, those 180 points. Sea-Doo, Mez, and Trill have locked in the Unholy Death Knight once again, meaning Cubsy on the Restoration Shaman. Sea-Doo will be very familiar with these Game 7s. Let's see how he can pull out this time.
Wealthy Man, cheap shot on Mez, looking for damage over onto Sea-Doo. Nice root coming in from Sea-Doo. Wealthy Man already committing that Cloak of Shadows. But Cubsy, this is not as good of an opener for them as on Tolvaron Arena. Already a ton of pressure coming out from Mez and Trill onto Cubsy as he dips down lower and lower. This Unholy Death Knight damage is mounting up. They have a lot of interrupts for Cubsy. He needs to be able to fake cast him out. Mind Freeze comes in. They need some pressure over onto Sea-Doo. Mageddon trying to peel up Trill and Mez, but they are relentless in their assault.
Yeah, so far so good, but Trill did use the PvP trinket there, so we could see Wealthy Man come back and blind him defensively at some point. But no, he wants to get the pressure over onto Sea-Doo, who does not have the Astral Shift, does not have that honorable medallion, so cannot break out of crowd control. Wealthy Man is doing all his work, and you can see Mageddon actually has really nice positioning here. He's able to hit, so he can peel off the DPS from Super Frogs, but he can also get damage over onto Sea-Doo. He's being very effective at this moment in time.
Yeah, Mez getting controlled up so much by Mageddon. He gets gripped over to Mez. Finally, both Mez and Trill can connect over onto Cubsy. He still has the Astral Shift. He has no trinket, though. If he gets stunned up and bursted down, this could be a disaster situation. Full poly onto Trill with that kidney shot onto Mez. Nice coordination coming in from Super Frogs with that crowd control. Sea-Doo getting lower and lower. The Blood Elf Silence comes in from Mageddon. He gets the Spirit Link at 1% HP.
Crazy stuff, but Sea-Doo does survive. He has nothing left, though. Wealthy Man will look to connect. You can see Vendetta is up in about 10 seconds at the same time, though. Cubsy dropping low, gets the Spirit Link with one member of his team. Defensive blind, defensive cheap shot. Both these Shamans have nothing left, but it's Sea-Doo who's caught up in the stun.
Yeah, Earthen Shield Totem has been used. Trill coming back with that peel for Wealthy Man. If he can get the Fist of Fury stun or something, gets a snare over onto Wealthy Man. Sea-Doo trying to get those casts out. Mageddon has the blink CS. Sea-Doo cannot get CS here. Trying to fake cast, but he gets sheared by Cubsy. Sea-Doo still trying to run away. Mez and Trill need to connect some damage onto Cubsy. There's the full leg sweep. A lot of bursts going out on the Cubsy. Sea-Doo still just line of sighting. Wealthy Man cannot connect to his target. Finally puts the kidney shot over onto Trill. This is not looking good for Cubsy. Super Frogs has lost all of their momentum. Method Orange looking to close out the series with the Blood Elf silence. Cubsy trying to get away. He gets rooted. Nicely done by Sea-Doo. Cubsy spamming out those heals. Trill into the full polymorph. Finally, Cubsy can get those healing surges off to stabilize himself. Sea-Doo in the meantime using that astral shift on some of the damage coming in from Wealthy Man.
It really does come down to these Shamans. Who can fake cast more interrupts? Who can get those heals out? Sea-Doo lower on mana, but Cubsy definitely taking the rear end of this exchange. Trill and Mez, 100% uptime. They get the interrupt. Sea-Doo kiting away, should be able to get to his team. Maybe help out with a few wind shears and purges. This is neck and neck in game 7. Either of these Shamans could die.
Yeah, Sea-Doo taking some damage right here. The full kidney shot with the poly on the Trill. Touch of Death has been used on Cubsy. Huge burst coming in. Both Shamans in a lot of trouble. The full stun on Cubsy. Sea-Doo down to 10% HP as well. They're both trying to run away. Fist of Fury stun connects. Mez and Trill trying to take down Cubsy with the Blood Elf silence. Earthen Shield Totem comes in. He's a little Riptide comes in the nick of time, but Sea-Doo's on top of him. Does he have the healing shield? No, he does not. Cubsy finally able to stabilize his AP. Now Sea-Doo with the kidney shot are going down lower.
It's unbelievable.
Turn it around. What an incredible game.
How on earth did Cubsy survive? I've seen this time and time again. Sea-Doo mirror it. Game 7. This was game 7, and they lose by the narrowest of margins. It's, I mean, they're going to try play it out. Of course, Mez and Trill, these guys are the 2v2 gods when it comes to this stuff, but they won't be able to do it on this occasion. So well played by both of these teams, but Super Frogs take the first North American Cup.
Yeah, breathe.
We leave Ash Veins with both of those healers using one last time just to see Super Frogs did not drop a single series in this tournament. They were able to go the entire distance without losing. Method has one more shot at them, and you can just see new life. Method will be going to Super Frogs, so that's 180 points. Of course, the $5,000 is nice, but these points really going to be important. As you see, our top 4